Hello everyone, my name is Deepa Joseph Wilson and today we are going to deal with another literary theory and that is known as existentialism. You must have heard of the word existence or exist. So from that word itself we have been derived a new theory, or rather a theory that has been evolved of many years back, but we still are learning this, and the theory's name is existentialism. Before starting with the definition itself, I would like to just ask you a question which we has inculcated this during our early 20s or in our early life, where we always have encountered with a question, and that is, what is the meaning of our life, or the thing that I am doing or the course that I am approaching with, is it meaningful in my life? Does it has a purpose in my life, or does it count anywhere or from anyone? So all these things are dealt with existentialism, and this got aroused in the age of Second World War, when Second World War happened, and people understood that now humanity is no more, and the people are encountering murders and lots of killing happening. So this is how we came the theory of existentialism. Okay, so we'll start with the definition, and the definition of existentialism is very much goes with the word itself or the theory itself, and that is to find meaning in your life. Existentialism wants you to find meaning in your life, because we as a human being, if we don't have any purpose, if you don't have any meaning, then there's no worth, then there's no then there's no life at all. There is no worth in you living in this world, or you existing in this world. So existentialism holds that humans have no pre-given purpose or essence laid out by them, by God or by nature. It is up to you to find meaning. It is up to you to find the real purpose in your life, to find the real meaning in whatever things that you want to do or whatever things you want to achieve itself. So when we do existentialism, it comes with a very broader perspective, in which we have absurdism, we have alienation, we have nihilism, where the author or the human being itself is not aware of the God, or is not believing in God itself. So all these theories are part of a broader theory, and that is existentialism. Okay, so I'll just mark for you, and that is this one. Okay, that is, it is up to each one of us to decide who and what we are through our own action. And if it is saying own action, then it means that you are totally dependent on your action, whether you are getting the failure or whether you are succeeding by following that action. It is upon you that you are bringing upon themselves, because existentialism wants you to be responsible for the actions that you are going to follow, or the actions that you are going to achieve in yourself. Okay. Next, the big idea of existentialism is existence precedes essence. That is, it implies that the human beings have no essence or no self. It is us who need to create meaning. That is why I am living, and if I am living, whether I am being useful to the person who wants me, or being useful to the humanity in itself, despite encompassing a huge range of philosophical, religious and political ideologies, the underlying concepts of existentialism are very simple. It just needs you to find purpose, to find value in your life. It is the title of the set of philosophical ideals that emphasize the existence of your human being, the lack of meaning and purpose in life, and the solitude of human existence. Okay. The problem in the meaning is, we as a human being, we always crave for meaning. Whether we are taking a pen, whether we are writing something, whether we are eating something, or we are craving for something, we always search for meaning, that what actually is the meaning of this? Why am I doing this? Is it actually useful for me? We human beings barring the animals, have that craving to search for meaning for each and every little thing that we have in life. A universe that makes sense creates stories to make sense out of the universe. But when the universe doesn't cooperate you feel estranged, you feel like a stranger itself. You must have read Albert Camus' Stranger, which in itself tells us that how as a human being, if we are not able to find meaning in our life, or we are not able to find meaning in our relationship, we start feeling alienated. And that's why the theme of alienation, or the theory of alienation, came into being, where we search for identity in a regular basis, where we think that I want to be that person who is known by the other people out there. It was during the Second World War, and now let's come to the origin of existentialism. So as I told you before, that existentialism arose in the Second World War, during the Second World War, not in the First World War. And the reason being is, in the Second World War, people started realizing that there is lack of humanity happening. The people are killing others with bombs. There were lots of weapon arising, there were lots of technology happening. So now the people realize that now it is the time where humanity is in a decreasing level, and the people are killing each other without even knowing that why do they are killing, just to show the power. So it started happening in the Second World War, when Europe found itself in a crisis faced with death and destruction. The death and destruction, these two terms are very important, because of this theme aroused, and because of this the theme of depression and anxiety followed it. That the existentialism movement began to flourish, popularized in France in the 1940s. Now, we dealt with the theme of existentialism, we dealt with the origin of existentialism, the subparts, but do you know who was the one who started this theme? And he was Søren Kierkegaard. He is also known as the father of existentialism. Søren Kierkegaard. He felt that individual was responsible for giving life the meaning, and he wants that he or she should live a life that is passionate, that have willpower, that has that determination and dedication. He wants that, and that's why Kierkegaard always wanted that you should not only depend on the nature or the God to give you meaning or purpose for the life. It is you who should make the purpose, or it is you who should make the identity and meaning in your life. He focused on subjective appearance of humans rather than the objective truth provided by the maths and science. Very obvious. It's literature, come on, you cannot just just imagine ki we'll get some formulas, we'll get some equations, and you just have to solve and you'll get the purpose in life. No, it is not like that. It's not that easy. You have to for finding purpose and for finding meaning in your life, you have to struggle hard for that. You have to search for your identity before your interest, your meaning, your love for the things that you want to do. Humans have freedom to choose. Each individual make choices that create his or her own nature. It's obvious. Every human being is very different to each other, and every human being's purpose or the meaning will be different from each other. For me, it must be different. For you, it will obviously be different, because the personality and your characters differ from the other people out there. Because we choose, we must accept risk and responsibility for whatever commitments you have taken. As I told you before, if you are the one who is choosing life, if you are the one who is choosing that particular option, then you should be ready with all the failures that you are going to get, or you should also be ready for all the success that you are going to get. So everything comes with its pros and cons, so it's very obvious that you have to accept all the risk and the responsibilities coming with it. A human being is absolutely free and absolutely responsible. Anguish is the result. Okay. Next, let's come to the two different types of existentialist, and we have many list of authors that followed this theory, but then they were divided into two parts. The first one was the one who said that it was godly, that is God is always there, who believed in God as such, and Søren Kierkegaard was one of them. And the second is non-godly, or the nihilistic authors who didn't believe in God, and Albert Camus is one of them, who wrote wrote Strangers. As I told you before, Strangers, a very beautiful novella that shows you or explains you about the true meaning of being alienated, or the true meaning of losing identity, where you start feeling yourself, that you don't belong in to this world, you have to die, and death is the only thing that you can be freed. All these things can be shown in the novella The Strangers by Albert Camus. They do not believe that God exists, because there is no God to give purpose to the universe. Each man must accept individual responsibilities for his own becoming, one of the main rule of existentialism. And on the other hand, Kierkegaard says that he believes that the God exists, but people are alienated from him, and that's why that alienation brings them the non-worthiness in their life. Then let's come to the other theory, which is a sub-part of the main theory, and that is absurdism. The belief nothing can replace or rationalize human existence, and there is no answer to why am I. Okay, so absurdism never tells you the answer that if you are doing this thing, then why are you doing this? You will not be able to get the answer. But while absurdism says that you won't be able to get the answer, but existentialism says that if you want, you can find the answers. You are the one who will give the answer. Humans exist in a meaningless, irrational universe, and any search for order will bring them into direct conflict with the universe. I hope you must have heard the thought that ignorance is bliss. So absurdism says that once you are getting aware of all the things happening, you will be in that conflict, you will start fighting, and you will have that introspection happening inward you. But if you are ignorant, if you are innocent and you don't know anything about anything, or anyone, you will be very happy, because obviously you are not well aware of the things. But once you start studying about things, or once you start knowing about things, you will feel as if I want to know more, I want to learn more, why is it happening? You will start having conflicts with the universe existing. Next, let's come to alienation or estrangement, and that is complete loneliness from all other humans, by all other human institutions, from the past, from the future. We only exist here, right now, right here. And that is alienation, means that you are in the present, and if you are in the present and feeling estranged, then you will obviously be estranged in the past or in the coming future. There is no other way around, and you also have to be depressed and in anxiety-stricken state. Dread and anxiety, the other thing coming. Anxiety stems from our understanding and recognition of the total freedom of choice that confronts us every moment, and the individual confrontation with nothingness. Because now you are not getting the meaning in life, now you are not getting the purpose in life happening, you start getting depressed because you think that you are meaningless in this life, and you know the only way to get out is death, and that is dread and anxiety, which follows existentialism, absurdism, alienation, and the last point is dread and anxiety, where you start feeling that you are a worthless man, you are a worthless human being, and no one needs you, you need no one, so it's better you just go, and being alienated and being identity stricken. So with this, I would like to end that once you feel that existentialism is a thing that can affect you, once you start feeling that I just want to get out of this, existentialism just tells you that no, you can't do that, because it wants you to find meaning, it wants you to find purpose and find more identity in yourself, or add more identity in yourself. And therefore, I would like to end with the definition of existentialism once again, and that is, it holds that humans have no pre-given purpose or essence laid out for them by God or nature. It is up to each one of us to decide who and what we are through our own action, and that means we are responsible for our actions. Thank you.